Monstrous Rage, 6, 4, boom, boom, he's still dead. Yeah. I had a feeling that that was going to be the case. I didn't think that he had it in there. It is a moral victory to force mono red aggro to F. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I am your host, as always, Jay Villain, aka That Villain Jay, and tonight we have a very special treat for you. Yes, we do, because we're running back a game, a deck that I really liked, that I ran, maybe a couple months ago. We're kind of revisiting it, and we're juicing it up with foundations here. The Unbreakable, Invincible, Unstoppable Ward deck. We're taking elements from probably one of my favorite Selesnya decks, the big Ward deck, and we're combining counters. We're combining the counters and enchantment combos in this because we got a bunch of great new stuff in foundations, and I want to all kind of work in that together. So we have a very synergistic deck here that I really think you're going to like in these Selesnya colors of course, green and white. So before we get down to this one, guys, I need you to do something for me. Tenderly press that like button, gently press that subscribe button, because if you don't, you will be attacked by the like and subscribe, which you may or may not know is a YouTube werewolf who will viciously maul you and attack you for not liking the video and subscribing to the channel today. Join us on our stream every night at twitch.tv/thatvillainj for all live streaming goodness. We would love to have you there live and on person on Twitch and on YouTube. Hit that bell. You'll be notified when we go live. Anything pops up, yeah, hit the bell and join us. We'd love to see you there live. It's a lot of fun. Check out our Discord community for all latest news, information, post your decks, post memes, ask questions, whatever you possibly might want is going to be there on Discord. You can even send me your decks and I might even run them. So check that out. And of course, this deck and all the other decks that I build are going to be available down below on my AetherHub. So if you want a copy of this one, check out the AetherHub below. You will find it. So what are we doing here? Well, if you have been playing in Standard, you know that removal is kind of everywhere right now. People are killing cards like crazy. Mono black is ascendant. Turn one cut down is pretty much what you can expect out of like 50% of your games, right? Like that's what people are running. We want to get around that. We want to run the Ward deck. This actually was super successful previously. We want a way to protect ourselves, especially against mono black. So if you're struggling with mono black, this is a big one. First things first, we're going to put down the Toadstool Admirer, who I call the STUMFA. 1 green, 1/1, Ward 2. Cannot be killed until they have 3 mana, or at least 2 mana and a 4 sacrifice. He is a great early target to try to start resisting, standing up to certain things, and start loading enchantments onto him, because he gets stronger and stronger. The more that we load onto him, we can make him harder and harder to kill as it goes. So he's a great early play. We really like him right there, as he's kind of come back into fashion after kind of being ignored in the Eldraine set as a common. So really good stuff. And he feeds into the counter combos that we could possibly have with this deck additionally. We're also going to put down Optimistic Scavenger because we are playing enough enchantments, not opening up rooms, but we are playing enough enchantments that we will benefit from putting 1/1 counters on everything. And the more 1/1 counters we put down, the more additional abilities and synergies that we're going to get from some of our other decks, from our other cards. We're going to wait and see that. And then we're going to go with 2 Ethereal Armors. I've been leaning hard on Ethereal Armor and also especially Sheltered by Ghosts. They arguably are 2 of the best cards or enchantments in white right now. But I don't want to overdo them, which is kind of why I'm just going with 2 on that one. Because there's other stuff that I want to explore. If you wanted to do more, I absolutely will. You can do as many as you want. So 2 drops. You can see that huge list of 2 drops right here. That's why I want to address this. Right now, the reason that we have so many 2 drops, we're going to be running 2 Raise the Passes. Let me just cut to the chase. A lot of our cards, a lot of our 2 drops, there's a 2-drop creature, there's a 2-drop creature, there's a 2-drop creature, there's a 2-drop creature. So, and all these 1 drops. Relive the Past is a great way to recover in this deck. So we're going to be running 2 Raise the Past because the only 3-drop creature that we have is going to be Calyx. Okay? Calyx is the only one that is too expensive for Raise the Past. So doesn't matter what anybody is doing. If they're killing things like crazy, by the time you get to turn 4, turn 5, you're able to resurrect everything. And we have a bunch of OTB triggers that actually would be really, really cool to hit off. So that is kind of the reason that we're stacked on this. So let me just get that out of the way right there. First things first, the removal, I think 2 get lost if you want to go for enchantments, creatures, or planeswalkers. Great stuff right there. That's always extremely useful. Ossification is going to be a big one. That is an enchantment, which is going to help. It gets rid of a creature or a planeswalker with an exile right there. Extremely useful, especially if you don't want to kill something specifically. You want it to leave the board and not trigger its death or whatever. And of course, we're going to go with 4 Sheltered by Ghosts. Man, it's one of those cards that at this point I'm like bored of playing it. If I'm going to be 100% honest, I'm like, all right, enough with the Sheltered by Ghosts already, because the reasoning behind that is it's just so good. It works in Orzhov, it works in mono white, it works in Selesnya. Anytime that you're putting white anywhere, it is amazing because it's a 1 white and 1 enchantment. When it enters, Sheltered by Ghosts, exile target non-land permanent opponent controls until Sheltered by Ghosts leaves the battlefield. Enchanted creature gets +1 and has lifelink and ward 2. So it protects with ward 2, which is very useful on turn 2. And it gives +1 and lifelink, which is extremely powerful. You put it on Toadstool Admirer, Toadstool Admirer is not dying from direct removal for a while. Okay, to play a cut down on Toadstool Admirer, if you put Toadstool into Sheltered by Ghosts, you're locking out whatever their first play is, and it has ward 4. Ward 4 means that you have to pay 4 additional mana to target it, and that's only if you're going to use a cut down. If you're going to use anything else, you need to pay 6 mana. Nobody's going to invest that much into killing it. They're going to have to kind of deal with it. So, as much as I hate kind of playing it at this point, it is an amazing enchantment. It is an amazing removal. We're also going to go with 2 Innkeeper's Talents right here to keep the steady flow of 1/1 counters on here. I said also this is a 1/1 counter deck. That is kind of what it does as well. 1 green and 1 at the beginning of your combat on your turn. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Permanents you control with counters have ward 1. And then, of course, that is the 2, so you can get ward on everybody if they have a 1/1 counter. Also increases for Toadstool if they have that. And then if you would put counters on a permanent, put twice that many. That is extremely useful for our counter guys, which we're going to be talking about in a second. Extremely powerful combination play. New from Foundations right here is going to be Anthem of Champions. 1 green and 1 white. Simple enough, right? Creatures you control get +1/+1 across the board. That is what they get. That's it. Everybody gets the bump up right there. Everyone gets the boost. We like to see that. It's an enchantment and it's simple. It does exactly what it says in the pin. It's not it's not any more complicated than that, and it has that additional power right there. So the creatures. What are we running when we talk about the creatures right here? We're going to be talking about Knight of Grace, which is fantastic. If they're running mono black against you, this is what you want to see. This is what you want to lay down against their mono black. 1 white and 1 2/2 first strike hexproof from black. This creature gets +1 as long as any player controls a black permanent. Also cannot be killed by a direct black permanent. Can only be before sacrifice. Cannot be the target of black spells or abilities. So this is kind of your anti-removal build right here. It also will first strike out something if they have like Unstoppable Slasher on the board. This is the best answer to Unstoppable Slasher, to be perfectly honest, because Unstoppable Slasher comes in. This is a 3/2 first strikes. Unstoppable Slasher is going to die immediately. It's going to get first striked and killed. So it can't really do what it needs to do, and you can't hit it with removal. So a great defender right here. Really like this card in the current meta, especially against black. If we're going to go with a little bit more Knight-themed, Sky Squire Knight. Sky Knight Squire, 1 white and 1. When another creature you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. As long as this creature has 3 or more, it becomes a knight and has flying in addition to its other types. We love to see that. We have a lot of cheap creatures to play, so we can actually stack this up. And it also feeds on 1/1 counters, which is extremely useful. How do we combo this out? Well, we can always be putting 1/1 counters on it from Optimistic Scavenger to slowly give it flying. We don't necessarily have to just play creatures to get the cat up into the sky. We could just add 1/1 counters by having Optimistic Scavenger playing Ethereal Armor and Ossification, and it gets +2/+2, counters on it anyways. But it does synergize very neatly with Botanical Brawler right here. 1 green and 1 white. Selesnya is blank. It enters with 2 1/1 counters and is a trample elemental warrior. And whenever 1 or more counters are put on another permanent you control, if this is the first time 1/1 counters are put in at this turn, put a 1/1 counter on Botanical Brawler. So the synergy between these two You drop him on turn, you drop him on turn 2 and him on turn 3. Him triggering getting a 1/1 counter triggers him getting a 1/1 counter. So they both become 3/3s. All of a sudden you had 1/2/2, you lay it down, you both have 3/3s because he got 1 and then he gets 1 for him getting 1, and you build from there. You could lay down another anything else that gets a 1/1 counter on it, and you'll build up from there as well. So really, really good synergies in enhancing the power and toughness across the board. So that is how that works right there. And again, if all of these creatures get killed, they're so cheap that they come out quickly and they can get resurrected very quickly as well. We're going to be finishing it off with Calyx Guided by Fate. The 1/1 counter and enchantment type of guy right here. Very, very good Selesnya card. 1 green, 1 white, and 1/2/2 Constellation. Classic ability from Nyx. Whenever Calyx Guided by Fate or another enchantment you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Whenever Calyx or an enchanted creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may create a token that's a copy of a non-legendary enchantment you control. Do this only once each turn. This is where things get set off. They go from good to great right here. So not only is he supporting our 1/1 counter build on this, he's building up with the counters that we're putting down. He is also enhancing all of our enchantments. That means if any of your creatures, like if you use Botanical Brawler and you put down Sheltered by Ghosts or Ethereal Armor on Botanical Brawler, and this tramples through for 1, you can duplicate any other one of your enchantments. You could duplicate Ossification, steal something else from them. Even worse, duplicate Sheltered by Ghosts. You get another Sheltered by Ghosts. You get another removal, another ward card. It's incredibly good. And of course, whenever an enchantment comes into play, you get a 1/1 counter on somebody. So it's very, very cool stuff right there. You get to get some amazing synergies very quickly. You quickly grow out of control into a major threat, which is a lot of fun. We're going to finish it off with one of the new cards, Unflinching Courage. I've wanted to play this one for a while just because I think it's fun. I think this is a brand new card. I'm not sure if this is a... I'm not 100% sure if this is a reprint or it might be new to Foundations. Enchanted creature, +2/+2, trample, and lifelink. Kind of leaning into the, you might have a big creature that needs trample. That is extremely useful. And the lifelink is good and the extra power is very good too. I like to load all of my really powerful enchantments onto a very resistant card, either Toadstool Admirer or like Knight of Grace. That way it's very hard to get rid of them. They're jazzed up, they're gaining life every single time, they're pushing through every single time, they're first striking. You get that kind of invincible kind of one guy who's going to solo the whole board. So that's a lot of fun. Already talked about Raise the Pass, Razor Verge Thicket, Hushwood Verge, Brushlands, Forest, and Plains. We look at the side here. This is very aggressive. A lot of humans, but everything from cats to warriors. 21 creatures, 2 instants, 2 sorceries, 17 enchantments, 22 lands altogether. Very low to the ground and very cheap. Standard, unbreakable, kind of a variation of the previous Invincible deck that I did that I really liked and had a good reception, so I know y'all like it too. As far as the sideboards control go, Goldvein Hydra, yeah, I've had an issue with droughting and flooding in this deck. Goldvein, that might be a crazy one, a wild card to throw in there. Order of Nylea to get more lands in there and giving 1/1/1s. I think Hunter's Talent for a removal is not bad. Gaia's Gift for protection or instant, or that adds a 1/1 and adds Hexproof, Indestructible, and Trample. That could be very useful. Dusk Legion Zealot is also a nice 2-drop that I also considered for a while because it gets you drawing cards. And that actually is kind of, I would say, one of the weaker parts of this deck is that we can't draw cards consistently. So I think Audacity and Dusk Legion Zealot are both very good. If anytime you're putting a 1/1, you get to draw a card. Very usefully combined with, Optimistic Scavenger or Innkeeper's Talent or anything like that. Those are all good, or even Calyx. And Audacity is a great +2 and trample. And then if it dies, if it goes into the graveyard, if it gets removed or whatever, the creature was on dies, you get to draw a card, very useful. And then of course a protection spell right here, the enchantment protection spell, Shardmaiden's Rescue. 1 white, instant flash, somebody gets hexproof and +1/+1. Very, very useful overall. So yeah, those are kind of the ideas. Very, very fun. Had a lot of success with it. This is the main one. If you are frustrated with mono black, if you're like, man, half of what I face is mono black all the time, I'm so tired of standard because of the mono black, this is the one you want to be getting into because this is going to be heavily resistant to those instant removals, even board wipes that mono black has, even something like if they're sweeping you up by turn you know, turn 4 or turn 5 or something like that, hitting raise the past on them and immediately bringing back everything can be pretty powerful as well. So very resistant to black right here. It is the defender against that. So that's what we're looking at. Hope you like this one. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. We're getting back into the game here. We've been stuck in plat hell for a while. I just got to sit down and grind this weekend and get myself to diamond, push myself up, but I've been too lazy. Here we go. Standard rank. Let's get into it. Leave a comment. Make sure to like the video. Let's go. Very scared too. I just mid-range is really cutting the line, but if we're going for like late game combo decks, it's very tricky for me to kind of recommend those because it's just the way that the game is moving right now. I'm just so scared to run something off that. Raw Priest. Okay, so let's put Optimistic Scavenger here. He's running poison. Necrogen. Okay. He's gonna go in. We're gonna say no blocks. Boom. Shelter him. Submit. Give it to myself. Boom. Lost that. Then the Fang Bearer. Target creature. Boom, boom. Push in. I don't think he realizes that has first strike. Yeah, that's why we wait for it to be fucking... to get it in. Take that. He could have the exile right now, which would be bad. He has the anointed procession or whatever. It's bad. The second fin. Yes, it does, because it's not a spell. It comes down as a spell on your creature, then the ability locks it out. It's quite the thing. I'm gonna push in. Man, he drew a bunch of fucking land, huh? Not happy about that. Boom. Yeah, he drew a bunch of fucking land. He flooded out pretty bad here. Siphoner. Let's do this. That feeds into that. That feeds into that. That feeds into that. Going for 11. Go for a punch. Unless that's a board wipe, it's over. Yeah. Thoughts on Nature Drift? So, I actually am starting to get stoked for it. You know, that happens a lot. It's one of those low interest sets that I feel like it was like Karlov Manors. I'm really not that interested in it. I'm less interested in the vehicles and artifacts and more interested in seeing Amonkhet and Kaladesh again. So yeah, Amonkhet looks, all the Amonkhet cards look sweet. I'm glad we're going back there and seeing how they dealt with the apocalypse. That's very cool. And we're gonna not say Kaladesh. They're like, no, it was Kaladesh. We fucked up. It still is Kaladesh. All the previous stuff is called Kaladesh. In world, the plane used to be called Kaladesh, but now it's called something different going forward. I feel like that's a fairly reasonable reaction to just say, all right, yeah, that was maybe not great, and You know, we're not trying to alienate any player base. So, but and we're not gonna sweep it under the rug per se. I think that would have been kind of a weird move if they're just like, we're gonna pretend this never happened. They're like, nah, you know, it is what it is. But you know, going forward, we're gonna try to not have it be that. So, you know, the Irishy McSlur and called it Lorwyn. Well, Lorwyn isn't Lorwyn supposed to be Welsh? Isn't that why we have the two L's together? Because it's Lyrwin. It's double L. Lyrwin. But no, I feel like overall it was not the. I feel like it was not the worst thing, you know. Yeah, and I think that's people get touchy about that. People, you know, whether or not that's justified, it's whatever. But saying, well, you know, we're not renaming Kaladesh remasters to you know, Avishkar remasters. We're saying in universe it changed because of reasons, and we want to avoid some negative connotations. I feel like that's just a I feel like that's just kind of a smart thing to do. And again, people will say it's for X, Y, or Z. It's because of this or that. It's a business decision. They're not trying to alienate. You know, they want to grow in the Indian market. India's got 1 billion people. They like a slice of that market, obviously. And if it's going to have a negative connotation, they don't want to continue that, of course. I think that's really the long and short of it. Yo, do that. Lorwyn? What is it? Yorwyn? Lorwyn? Lirwyn? Well, how did I say it? I probably did it the Spanish way. I think this guy's got removal tribal. Something tells me that this guy's got removal tribal. Something about this. Unstoppable Slasher. Very nice. Love that. Lirwin. Yeah, I always thought it was Welsh. Lorwyn was supposed to be Welshy McWelsherson. Lirwin. Is it 1 L? Now I can't remember. No, it's 1 L. Yeah, it really feels like it should be 2 L's, huh? Boop, 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 boop. This says it's Celtic, Welsh, Irish, and Scottish influence. Yeah, okay, so, yeah, everywhere but they were just like, hey, yo, fuck Great Britain, huh? Fuck the English. We don't want the English. We want everything else but English. We want Welsh, Irish, and Scottish. I guess English gets too representative. The classic medieval fantasy gets too much representation. No blocks. Take the hit. We're going to be the station that takes the hits there. The station that takes the hits. Okay, we will... Well, he dies anyways, so we might as well run it. Lorwyn. I did not like the Lorwyn set. I found it kind of boring. That's one set that I have to say that I did not take very much out of. When Lorwyn came out, I picked a couple of cards that I thought were cool, and I was like, eh. Also, Journey into Nyx, I didn't think was that. I was lukewarm on, especially compared to around that time where we had Khans and Kaladesh. I wasn't even that much fan of the original Kaladesh because I'm not an artifact guy and I'm not a vehicle guy, but there were still fun cards in it, you know, so... I like the Fae, though. I do like Fae decks, believe it or not. Dimir Fae is actually pretty cool. Yeah, we got the Bitter Blossom reprint, you know? Lerwin. Lerwin. So let's do Sky Knight Squire. Lizzie the Sun Slizzy. Very nice. Good to see that. No attacks. Gets that out immediately. Hopefully we don't get hit with too many removals here. That's our biggest issue. Hey, what's up, the only Loki? How you doing, man? Yeah, Dimir Fairies is probably more interesting. The Kithkin were okay. You know, dime store fucking hobbits or whatever. But I do like Dimir Fairies. Dimir Fairies is always a fun deck. Yeah. Let's do that. No blocks. Oof. Destroy target enchantment. Very nice. Yeah, this is going to kill us unless we get rid of it. This is the worst possible fucking card that we could have run into. To be perfectly honest. I'll be 100% honest with you. It is the worst card we could have run into. Boom. Woot and the woot woot. Destroy target enchantment. Boom. Boom. Okay. Let's go in. Hit. Pop. He probably has a direct removal now that he can play the cost for destroying Toadstool, so he probably has like a go for the throat or something that he can play out. Yeah, told you. Oh wait, he's got to pay both of them. Oh yeah, he can do it. Yeah, no problem there. So we're done. Yeah, the removal meta is a big problem. The removal meta is a really big issue. Doing okay. Bought a new pre-con deck the other day. I'm finally coordinated to play so it plays better. Great to hear, man. Always good to hear that something's hitting off good. Yeah. The removal meta is the biggest issue still, as you can probably see here. Yeah, they've gone down in play. Hey, what's up, Death by Vulture? How you doing? Cadius, number 14th like. Thank you so much for the likes, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you for coming by. We'll keep that. Do Toadstool Admirer down. Let's do this. My honest reaction. Boom. Boom. We'll ward him up real good. We'll ward him up real spicy like. Virtual Loyalty. Very nice. We'll put down that. Sky Knight Squire. No attack. Of course, we hit no mana there. Third mana would have been great. See if he hits the... Jalen Weston, how you doing, man? Welcome to the show. He's going to hold steady. Fantastic. We'll put down Botanical Brawler. Still didn't get that third mana there. Was what we need. We need a third white mana. That would be ideal. Get lost there. That'll help. That feeds into Sky Knight. Sky Knight goes for there. Nice. Optimistic Scavenger. Very nice. Razor Verge Thicket. Just what we needed. Okay. So, we will do... actually, you know what? We'll do Optimistic. Boom. Boom. We'll do this. Boom, 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 boom. We'll do that. Boom. Knight of Grace. No, I'm stuck in Plat Hell too. Really, the main issue, I could just grind it out with mono black, but I'm trying to try a bunch of different shit. So, that's my issue. That's why I'm not doing that good. Oh, so true, bestie. Seven, down, bang. Alright, well, hopefully he doesn't play split up. He probably will, though, just to punish me. Just to punish me. Huck to it? No, that's not it. I've hit Mythic the last 4 or 5 months in a row, and I'm in the same situation. Yeah. Yeah, it's a really bad meta right now. Unless you're running heavy control, unless you're running a kind of deck I don't really enjoy to play, it's not really, you're not going to go anywhere very fast. Adding extravagant replication to your enchantment decks is extra fun. Interesting, Trex. Extravagant replication? That's a fucking 6-drop, man. Holy shit. That's a fucking 6-drop, dude. You wild for that. Hey, what's up, Corbin Dallas Multipass? Boom. 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 Swing in. Sheltered. Okay. Yeah, it sucks to do it every month. I'm sure I'll hit Mythic this month. I'm going slow, but I've hit it out of the last 11 months, I've hit it 9. I think I've only not hit it twice. So, you know, I'll probably get there. As boring as it might be. I don't grind a rank, you know. I don't really care. I grind to I play to have fun and brew. I'm not a fucking competitive player. I'll never lie to you and say that I am. I'll never be like, "Nah, you guys gotta understand. I'm fucking a hyper player. I'm all about them fucking RCQs and shit." Like, no, I don't fucking care. I am not a hyper competitive player. Doesn't matter to me. Is he gonna go in? He's gonna risk it to get the biscuit. Alright, ward. Do that. We're gonna go in. 18. Ethereal up. Okay. It's going in for 7. Oh man, I hate to do this to him, man. I hate to win this way. It's an ugly way to win. Yeah. Yeah, there's no outcome for go to try hard and mythic. I don't even think it would improve my ranking. Like, I don't even think it would improve my viewership. I don't think any of you would be impressed if I was fucking number 10 mythic. Nobody'd care. I don't feel like that's what you're here for. You know what I mean? I've never built my audience around that, so it's like, what, you know, what would I be doing it for? Hey, oh my goodness, do we have a double Vorpal Knight here? Other Vorpal was here earlier. They were just here a little while ago. Now we have the other Vorps Magorps. Are we looking at a double Vorpal Knight? Is that what we're looking at right now? Let's see if that's gonna happen. Let's take a look. Take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. Hired Claw. Magic Claw. Magic Claw. Okay. Oh, we did it, guys. We got a double Vorpal Knight. Alright, so if we can get something else here, I'm gonna go in. Boom, pump, shelt. Let's shelt it up. Man, shelter gives you so much breathing room. Oh my god. It is, in fact, a double Vorpal Knight, so we're going to be alright. As long as I got that, you know what I mean? As long as I got my double Vorpal Knight, we're okay. Alright, he's going to rush in with this. Bad idea. We're going to go for the Calyx. Hopefully we get the Calyx. No, we get the Botanical Brawler. We'll go for the Ossification. Put it on that land. Autoplay. Boom, boom. Boom. Boom, boom. We'll go in. He's down to 6, and I'm at 18. Cadius, can I tell you what my brain saw when I looked at that? I thought you said I'm here for Dex and gunplay, and I was like, I'm not playing a shooter. What is he talking about? Why would he be here for Dex and gunplay? That doesn't make any sense. And then I was like, oh, gameplay. Oh, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, for him to be here for Dex and gameplay, not Dex and gunplay. I don't know why my brain went there, but I felt like I should share as to what happened, why there was some sort of brain malfunction. I think we're a little shy on a mana here, but we are putting down damage, which is the important thing. Oof. Vorps Magorps. Push in. Monstrous Rage. Very nice. Okay. Get that down, down, down. Not too worried about him getting back Hired Claw. I got enough damage out from that it's not that big of an issue. We're going to put down Botanical Brawler. We're going to say no attacks. Yeah, that's the issue. I think that the meta might smooth out once we're past, because we still have stuff we still have stuff in meta that was not supposed to be there in the 3 times rotation. They said they only started designing for current day meta after that other thing. So we are still in a meta where we're not expecting to run what they're running. Do you know what I mean? Does that make any sense? It is making things a little explorer-y, as it were, you know. Five damage. We'll hold steady. We don't need to do anything. We don't need to prove anything. He wants to kill Calyx. There's a lightning bolt. He could kill Calyx with that. Lightning strike. Could use a lightning strike right there. Colossal Rebirth, Doubling Lava, Tyrannex, Carnosaur, Massacre Worm, Shroud Stomper, Pure Carnage. I might have to do that, Stumpy. I have not used Massacre Worm yet. I might have to do that. I might have to do that combo for real though. Okay, so if I swing in for that much, 6 trample, how bad is it gonna hurt me? Fuck it, we'll do it. 6 trample. Let's see, I don't think he's got enough in his fucking graveyard there. He was a vein ripper, I found out. Yeah, this is the real punishment here. It's a moral victory to have Mono Red have to try to figure out a defensive strategy. Monstrous Rage, 6, 4, boom, boom, he's still dead. Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to be the case. I didn't think that he had it in there. It is a moral victory to force Mono Red aggro to have to try to figure out a defense. So, you know, we'll take that. We'll take that on top of the actual game victory as well. That we really mess with the Mono Red player's head there. I think you hit Liliana, you hit Zombify, you hit Valgavoth, you hit your line. You're good. You got it. Nothing you can do. Did he mulligan? I saw him shuffle. Yeah, he mulliganed. Green Toadstool. Boom. Okay. Red we actually do pretty good against. Red we do decent against here. Boof. Shelter it out, because red doesn't have the zhuzh to get what we need. If he's on the table, you've already lost. He's Valgavoth. If he's on the table, you've already lost, cause he's my Valgavoth. Yeah. Okay, we'll put down Sky Knight Squire. Hopefully he doesn't burn that up. Baybloom Trickster. I gotta get back into fairies too, yeah. Boom. Trink. Heartfire Hero. Manifold Mouse, very nice. I feel like I can probably outlife him here. If I get a mana, I'm really gonna pop off. If I get a mana. No blocks. Boom. No, Optimistic Scavenger, that's fine. We'll do this. We'll do this. Let's do that. I don't know, 20 times, 20, 25, 30 times. Usually about 10 times a year, generally. 9 to 10 times a year. So for the past 3 years, 30 times perhaps. Double strike on the mic. Heartfire Hero exploding is not worth it. We'll take the damage. Innkeeper's Talent. This. Okay, hit for that. Boom. Yeah, that is a problem. There is a way to cheat a lot of stuff onto the board recently. He's going full hog here. He's swinging meat. He is swinging the beef. Okay. I think I gotta block him across. Actually, you know what? I don't think I do have to block him across. Let's block him here. And let's block him here. Probably gonna play a pump on somebody here. Murderous Rage. Boom, boom. Yeah, we did not hit our mana. That is what we did not hit. We're having a little struggle with our manas here, guys. This was not we either flood or we drought. Maybe we have to add one. Still in your so you were in your turn 2. They hit a turn 3 Atraxa. How do you turn 3 Atraxa nowadays? I know there's a lot of different ways, but how did they turn 3 Atraxa you in that particular situation? Let's see, 22 on a 2-0. Let's bring that down. Let's bring Sky Knight's Wire. Much encourage. With a card that did Menace for free. Yes, it is Vorps. It'll tell you if you click Mastery Pass, it'll say that you have this many days left, I believe. Brothers, I don't think there's a rotation coming up, is there? As far as I know, there's no rotation coming up this year. There's Alchemy rotation, but we just had rotation last year, right? We're not hitting rotation again. As far as I know, right? Boom. Okay. Okay. He's gonna run like a lizard or something. Oh, he's gonna warp the Gorp there. Alright, great stuff. Love to see it. Boom, boom. Reunion. Oh, Reanimator. And he's already got Valg in the graveyard. Not good. And we didn't hit anything here. We hit lands again. He's gonna put down a black. Wow. Okay, game. Okay, game. Game's just like, hey, fuck you, dude. Here's mana forever. Here's mana forever. Boom. There we go. Game is just like, I need you to lose a little bit, homie. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and lose just a little bit, man. Brass's Tunnel Grinder. Okay. Gets that out. Draws all new stuff. Okay, he didn't get it. Damn. Was that guy running my deck? AKA Trex's deck? Is that what was happening there? Was he running a Trexodectal? That was funny. Alright. I've only ever gotten to Mythic with Gruul once, and I'm sure that my MMR was low. Hey man, it's alright. You don't need to get to Mythic. It doesn't really mean much, you know. Get to Diamond, get to Platinum. Become a better player, you know. That's all you gotta do. Learn the game. I go first. I like that. Optimistic Scavenger. Boof. Don't play cut down. Please don't play cut down. Son of a bitch. I'm so tired of fucking cut down on turn 1, man. I'm so glad I have Knight of Grace here, but he's probably going to play Forced Sacrifice. He'll play Sheoldred's Edict just to punish me. Oh, he didn't play it just to punish me. Awesome. So we'll do this. Boom. Boom. Fantastic. Unstoppable Slasher. Good call. Now we got something for you, man. Boom, boom, boom. 5. Boom. We gotta activate that. If you have Ward, you now have Ward 3. And you're hexproof from black. There's the infamous Cruel Claw. We gotta send you into the boo-boo hole. Yeah, we don't like your kind around here, infamous Cruel Claw. And then we hit you again. El Infamoso Cruel. We could do this. This would trample over him. It would do 9 damage. Or we could just finish him off this way. Okay. Everybody trying to get something for free out here, man. You know, yeah, he's not happy. Listen, I'll tell you what. The reason I've started mainboarding Night of Dawn, he really gives Mono Black a problem. The fact that they can't play removal on him, especially early game when that's their main play is to kill everything that you put out. It is an issue for them if they can't hit that line. They really don't like that. They really, really don't like that. The day old. I'm actually pretty happy with this. Yeah. Ops goes first, but We'll give it a shot. We'll do STUMFA here. Knight of Dawn. What's his name? Knight of Grace. Sorry, Knight of Grace. All right. If I hit lands, I can win. If I never draw another land for the rest of the game, I'm going to lose. If that's going to be the case, I'm going to lose the game. That actually is very useful to me. Because that gets that trigger. Let's double up on there. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Deep Cavern fucking value. He's gonna run something out on me here. I need a land really bad. If I can put 3 down a turn, I'm in business. But if I can put 2 cards down a turn, I'm definitely in business. But if not, things are gonna go real from bad to worse. Oh, sorry, I sneezed there. Boom, boom. Third land. Where you at, third land? Where you at, third land? Oh, he's hand ripping. He's hand ripping. I don't know how useful it's going to be right now. Botanical Brawler. That's not it. Okay, there we go. Scry. He's out of there. Okay. Alchemy is continually a lot more fresh. There's a limited card pool. There's a more limited card pool. There's different power levels. There's things that have rotated out already. But overall, it's just a different experience. It kind of shifts and moves. I wouldn't really necessarily say power level. I would just say differentials, and the way that alchemy plays is very fun, in my opinion. It just moves to its own kind of beat. By the way, guys, we have only played against Mardu colors tonight. Oh, I'm sorry, we did play against a Golgari earlier. But tonight we have literally only played mono white, Boros, red, Orzhov, black, red, Rakdos, Orzhov. That's all we've done tonight. Ops goes first. I don't really like when Ops goes first, but we have a decent opening hand. Hey, look, as I live and breathe, right there is some blue. Look at that. Let's put down STUMFA here. All right. We're gonna shelter him out right there. Boom. He probably only has direct targeted. Knight of Grace is not doing too much for us right now. Put down Optimistic Scavenger. Boom. Gain the life. Put down a Toadstool Admirer. Boom. Yeah. Okay. Grand Spider. Sky Knight Squire. There we go. Retrofitter, whatever. Becomes a 4/4. As long as he's in play, well, let's just get him out of play then. That's going to be the case. Yeah. As long as he's in play, then we're just going to say you can't play anymore. Okay. I feel like we've locked in this one, and I feel like previously trying to run it, the meta has shifted enough that it is not so hostile to this deck right here. We are able to get off and pop in a little bit, which is fun. I like these invincible decks. I like the combination plays between adding the I really like the counters interaction that we have in this one. It's pretty fun. The counters, you've got three things at play here. You've got ward, counters, and enchantments. All of them all have a really nice synergy into a nice Selesnya, especially with some of these new things like Anthem of Champions, Unflinching Courage. Sky Knight has a great synergy with Botanical Brawler. They feed off each other great. So overall, I think it's pretty fun. And if you're really tired of getting the heavy removal, if you're really tired of running the mono black, this guy is really your guy to beat mono black here. So that being said, we're gonna call it right there, guys. I've been Jay Villain, and you've been great. Bye bye.